And today's what you we will talk about the industry. Like a lot of people ask me these questions that whether the call center industry is scam or not, whether these call centers are scamming people or not, right? Assalamu alaikum, everybody. I hope everyone is doing great. Finally, we have got our boy back after like maybe 9 or 10 months. He just quit the industry last year in the first week of December, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he never came back to the industry. I mean, even though he just was at the city, maybe like one or twice for some reasons, but he didn't want to join the industry. Finally, we brought him back. I think last month in September, and he just joined with us uh, on one of the campaigns. Even though he works from home, he still isn't ready to work from office. But yeah, he's finally joined the industry, and he is this time he is pretty ready to work for a long time. And today's what you we will talk about the industry. Like a lot of people ask me these questions that whether the call center industry is scam or not, whether these call centers are scamming people or not, right? So we will just talk about like every single bit of the process, how the call center works and how they make money, right? How they run the campaigns. So on my YouTube channel, especially in my on my Instagram, I often like receive these DMs, right?
Yeah.
People asking me, hey sir, can you just give me your honest opinion? Are these call center scammers or not? And if we are not scammers, then why do we use those fake names of those American
Exactly.
names, right?
Exactly.
So let's just talk about the industry. Even a few days ago, I was taking one of the call in closing department. Says all the closers were busy, so I had
Yeah.
to take the call, right? And there was this guy who was, just cursing and he was just playing around. But I just talked to him, so he was like, "Why you guys are using these fake names if you are legitimate, right?"
Yeah.
So the basic reason why these people use these fake names is because if they use their real names, nobody would like to talk to them. A lot of people
Obviously.
are gonna hang up on them for
Obviously,
the
like we
fact
are
that
not dumb
exactly
either. That we cannot convince anybody that yeah, I am.
Abdullah and
No, I'm
Imran
talking
and
about that. Yeah, I'm not Sam because I'm not sounding like one.
exactly,
But if
but
I tell you, hey, this is Ishfaq calling you from this, I mean,
exactly.
nobody is gonna listen to me. Ishfaq, what is
So yeah,
Ishfaq has to do in the
sometimes when I was
insurance or
when I
anything
was a
like that?
verifier, sometimes I would use my own name. Hey, this is Afridi, and nobody had any problem with
Yeah,
that, right?
the
And
big
those who
problem is for the fronters.
exactly for the fronters. No, I mean even fronters, if they want to use their name, they could use it. There is nothing wrong with it. Literally,
Exactly.
there is literally nothing wrong with it. But they have just
Just like the license agents over there,
exactly.
they are using their legit name.
Most of the call center have just adopted this sort of trend of using those American names, right?
Exactly.
So for the first thing is that people who were asking me for the fake name, I mean, if somebody wants to use their own name, they can definitely use it, and there is nothing wrong with it. Still,
No.
people are gonna talk to you, but convince them then would be a bit difficult for you because they would be asking you, okay, so Imran or Abdullah or whatsoever your
Yeah, exactly.
Muslim name is, they would be like, hey, so are you located in Pakistan? Are
Their
you
first
located
target
in
will be religious
exactly
religion,
religion
and this is
and
something we cannot
secondly
compromise on just
exactly.
for the sake of money.
And so they would be talking to you, hey, are you from India, Pakistan, or something, right? Again, even if you want to tell them that I am from India or Pakistan, you could explain it to them that look, how we work in this industry. Basically, we are working in the BPO industry, which is business process outsourcing, right?
Yeah.
So if those Americans or British people were to work on the same campaigns, they would have to hire people, and I think the average salary in the US for a month is 2,000. I mean $2,000, right?
2000 to
In $2,000
2500.
in $2,000 in Pakistan, you can obviously hire around maybe like 15 to 20 agents because the basic salary
Exactly.
is somewhere around 25,000 to
Of
30,000.
course. And
So
we are being hired by those license
exactly.
agents
So
who
we
are
do work for them.
exactly.
They obviously we convince customer and some whoever wants to buy the product, they are transferred to the license agent and they
Yeah.
have their license. When the customer asks them about their license, they pretty much give them every detail the customer needs, right? And at the end of the call, they give them their phone number. So and if in the future the customer wanted to interact with them, so they can be reached
Yeah.
out, accordingly, right? So this is the very reason. The fake names are something, most of the call center are using it, and if you don't want to use it, there is
Just as
nothing
a
wrong with that.
style.
Exactly, there is nothing wrong with it.
It's a
As far
trend
as
now.
the campaigns are considered, so obviously there are a bunch of campaigns out there,
Of course.
but most of the call center in Pakistan, right? In Pakistan that we are working, here we are running final expense, Medicare, ACA, said debt settlement, home improvement, home, I think,
Home security,
home security, yeah. So there
injury
are
claims,
yeah,
a
injury claims.
lot
So
of
there are a
claims.
bunch of campaigns here, and then the taxi, and then the inbound campaigns, right? So there is nothing wrong with these campaigns. I mean, again, there are scammers who are actually a big
Yeah,
shame for the industry. I mean,
of
they
course.
are just
But they don't have any licensed agents.
exactly, but they do not have licensed agents. I mean,
Exactly.
bad, good and bad peoples are everywhere in the world. I mean, you cannot just avoid.
And one thing I would like to add here, I mean, it's not just it's not the only the scammer's mistake.
Exactly.
Why are you being scammed? Are
So,
you dumb enough to not
but yeah,
to
but
judge
the fact is
somebody?
that those customers are always customer. I mean, they could be scammed easily because
But they are experienced as well
they
in
are
this thing.
experienced, but you cannot just avoid the fact that once you get old, your senses do not work the way it worked in your young age, right?
Exactly,
I
exactly.
am totally, disappointed by the fact that there are a lot of scam call
Well,
centers out there,
uh,
right?
I'm
And
not
they
talking
have
about
exactly.
the elder people. You know, they
Well,
are.
the
I mean,
young
they
people
seems like children,
young
young
people
people.
could be hard to scam. I mean, it is
Exactly.
pretty hard
But
to
still,
scam
they're
them.
being scammed.
Exactly, they are getting scammed. So there are, this is the fact of even in Pakistan, right? You sometimes receive these messages and calls. Hey, I'm from that bank or that bank, and you
Nowadays,
have
you can get scammed on the street, buddy.
exactly, and you have applied for the Benazir and stuff and that, right? So they are
Just
scamming
like
people.
yesterday, I was showing you this
Exactly. Yesterday you
text.
were receiving a text from somebody pretending to be Habib Bank or I don't know State
Yeah,
Bank of
some
Pakistan. Yeah.
some bank and
So
called
these
them.
are these are the people who are actually ashamed on the industry. I mean they
Yeah,
are just
exactly. We have to
they're
admit that.
embarrassing us, right? But again, if somebody wants to work in a call center, you have to do your own research. I mean, talk to people, get some reviews from the other agents who've
At
already
least
been
just take a
to
day
the
from them. Do not do
exactly.
anything at the same time that you received a call for the first time.
Yeah.
And why would you just give them all of your information? Now there is something then I mean the insurance that the closers are doing.
Yeah.
It makes sense that
No,
you are
no.
giving them
Hold
all
on.
the
Yeah,
information
I got
because
your
it
point.
is
Hold on.
needed.
I'm not talking about those Americans. I'm talking about the agents in Pakistan. They actually ask me these questions, right? That are these
Mm-hmm.
call center scams? So I'm just addressing their question now.
Uh-huh.
I'm not talking about those Americans. They are getting scammed from different countries around the world, right?
Exactly.
So I'm just talking to the agents who are asking me if these call centers are scam call centers or not. None of. I mean, there are some call centers who are scam, but neither of us knows about it, right?
Exactly.
You have to do your own research.
So
If you are going to work with a call center, make sure you do research. Make sure you get reviews from other people who've already been to that call center. They have worked with the
yeah.
call center, right? So they can exactly give you their feedback. So if you are getting positive feedback, like maybe like 8 out of 10 are positive, right? Or maybe like 7 out of 10 are positive, you should definitely go for the call center.
Well, actually, one thing for the agents, like if there's a call center showing off, I mean, putting ads and putting all the posters and stuff like that,
Yeah.
just know that it's not a scam call center because scam call center there will be a bunch of people like it won't be more than
A
10,
few, yeah,
10,
around 10
10
to
people
15, yeah,
10 to 15
in a
agents
small room
in a
of,
small
yeah,
room, yeah.
yeah.
So if there are, I mean, big call
And
centers,
exactly,
those are
and look,
not
these call
scam call
centers are
centers.
already registered with, they are registered with FBR, they are paying taxes, and they
Yeah.
are closely monitored by the government. So, I mean, the government is not crazy to allow
People
hundreds
to
of
scam,
call
yeah.
centers or thousands of call centers to run scam. I mean, everybody is being monitored. Again, some people are scammer who just
One thing,
get away with this,
yeah.
but at the end of the day, they get caught.
One thing I would like to add here, it's a bit of on the side of those scammers. I'm not one of them, but I would just say that if there is a scam call center, I mean, you're not able. If you're able to reach them, if you're able to know about them, then it's not a scam call center. Like, you're not genius enough
Exactly,
to be reached out by the scam call
they have
centers.
hired people who are already aware of the fact that they are scamming people,
Exactly.
and they're okay with that
And they
because they
are
make more
like
money,
close people.
and they are making more money. I mean, they just share the revenue, right?
Yeah.
So they do not work on salaries.
So they are almost friends. Like, I mean, they are not hiring everybody.
Exactly. So they, I mean, they know that if they hire everyone, so obviously it's going to be a big trouble for them.
Exactly. I mean, their families
And
don't know
secondly,
about
if you
it.
talk about the call center process, how it works, it's pretty easy. Look, like I said, it's business process outsourcing. So we, you know, work with the brokers, with the agencies and the US, right?
Yeah.
So they give us payment for only the leads which are potential customers who would likely to buy or purchase their product, right?
Yeah.
We are not getting paid for every single calls we make, right? We have to manage these expenses on our own. But since it's in PKRs, right? So if you are getting paid in dollars, then you can take the risk of investing a little bit in the industry,
Yeah.
and then you can obviously make money out of it. Especially the Medicare campaign is seasonal, so during the annual enrollment or open enrollment, the call centers can make a lot of money if they are working with a
Yeah.
potential buyer, right? And then for the final expense, it's an evergreen campaign. It works throughout the year, but you have to invest a lot of money in the data, and there are a lot of other factors involved in it, right? So I hope,
Exactly.
so hopefully this would help you guys to understand everything. See you in the next video. Allah Hafiz.